welcome to Behind the Song. I'm joined today. My guest is Payne837. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, let's do this.
So,
who's the guest between me and you? I think I'm the host and you're the guest. All right, let's do this.
For those of you guys that are just joining us today, this is Behind the Song, and behind the camera, it's your boy Director D, and let's get into it.
Yep.
So recently, you dropped Frequent Flyer.
Yes.
Amazing song. I think in the last week, it's done 10,000 streams plus.
Yes.
And it's still going.
Yes.
Shout out to the people that are streaming.
Shout ups.
So we're just here to talk about the song. So tell me, before we jump into the real local content, what was the idea behind the song? What made you come up with the song?
All right, cool. That's a nice one. First and foremost, shout outs to everybody who's been streaming the song. Just like you mentioned, it's like 10K plus streams now on Spotify, and and counting. You know, and it's been received very well, and I just thank God for that. I even recently had an interview from the UK. Shout outs to Hope FM.
That was dope.
That was like massive. You know. So shout outs to each and everybody who tuned in because I was live. And so just a brief background of Frequent Flyer. Shout outs to Ojo. He produced the song, you know. There's a time me and yourself, we went to go and collect some beats.
Yeah, I remember.
Ojo, we're still coming for the beats. Hey, don't worry, you know, we're still coming for the beats. So we went to go and just listen to some fresh ideas that we can get from my long time OG, you know. So he gave us some bunch of beats, you know, and it was kind of a hard one, to be honest. There are moments when I just can't, like, I'm thinking, like, what am I going to write on this beat, you know?
Yeah.
And there was a song I was listening to. Shout out to Storm Z. You know, he mentioned a word, Frequent Flyer, you know. Probably meant something different. So I was like, you know, that's a catchy one. Frequent Flyer. All right, cool. You know, because sometimes you need to tend to speak some certain things into existence, you know. Shout outs to, if you're listening to me, all these airlines, you know, we can collaborate. And this might be your anthem, you know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about how, shout outs to Pompey. There's a song called Maganizo Pandeke, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to that, but, you know, I just tend to switch it up a little bit, you know, where you know how sometimes how the chicken is, right? When it's feeding, so it's facing down, right? But have you seen how an ego is, right? The ego always flies high. So it has the focus that's just like out of this world, you know. It can see prey from a distance, you know. So I tried to relate my mind to that. Like most of the times, especially when me and you are conversating, we like our talks are not like small talks, you know. We are always thinking about things that we are speaking. Even way back when we never had any of this equipment that we had, we could speak like, you know, one day we need to jump on these big guns, you know, like get equipment and stuff. And it's you know, that's not small talk, right? Somebody who doesn't think like that, they would have thought like we were crazy, you know, like
definitely
niggas are crazy, man. Like
talk too much.
You think you can have a Sony, you know? So, but here we are, you know, and those are the things that we have now. So that's just the brief background behind the song.
Dope. It's I love the fact that when I heard it, it just gave me chills. Gave me chills. It felt encouraging to me because, like you said, it's something that we always talk about. And when you played it to me, and it made me feel like I should even do more than I'm already doing. because I'm on that pandeke situation.
Yes, sir.
We always say you need to aim higher. You know, the sky is not the limit. It's just the starting point.
Yeah.
And I feel this song, those of you who are out there, you know, on your grind, on your business, who are pushing, this is for you. That's just to remind you that keep going.
Yes.
You know, the sky is not the limit. You know. So jumping right in, the song starts with the chorus.
Yes.
It says, Maganizo Pandeke, I'm a frequent flyer.
Yes.
I'll never touch down. I'm a frequent flyer. You can't hold me down. I'm a frequent flyer. Ofuna kunigwesa, I must still go higher. There's a lot of Nyanja lingo.
Yes.
Those of you that...
to my people in the diaspora.
Amen. Those of you in the diaspora that don't get this Nyanja lingo.
Yeah.
Just break it down for me.
Okay.
A little bit, the chorus, just so that people can understand what exactly you're trying to mean by this Nyanja lingo that you're throwing up and about.
Okay, cool. So just starting from the first two lines, right, where I'm saying Maganizo Pandeke, it's like my mind on the plane, right? So I'm constantly referring myself to how my mind is always like it's just constantly thinking about greater things, right?
Yeah.
And like where I'm trying to think about small things. So I'm like, my thoughts are always up here, right? So it's like my thoughts are always elevated to the top roof. You know how the plane never sits on the ground for too long. So it's like my mind is always like that. You know, it's like the moment I start, you know, like trying to dummy things down, I feel like I'm not doing justice to myself. You know, so Maganizo Pandeke, I'm a frequent flyer. It's like I'm always frequently. My mind just always up, you know, thinking about things that I've like they're not yet here, right? Yeah. But I'm always thinking about ways how can I reach to the goals that I really want, you know? So, but now there's a part where I say, Wofuna kunigwesa must still go higher, right? And this is just normal with life, and I think you've also experienced that where you might have an idea, right, and you tell it to somebody,
and shut it down.
They look at you different, you know, like, bro, I doubt if you can achieve that, you know, and it's like, bro, no matter how people look at you crazy, just always aim for the sky. The sky should just be your starting point. So aim for the stars, for the galaxy, you know, always aim to do great, aim to be at a space whereby you are thinking about things. Don't let your environment determine where you're going, you know. So always be like a plane. If the plane is down, just know that it has a fault, you know. A plane doesn't hold ground for too long. It has to be in the sky.
True.
That's what it was built for. So that's what God built you for.
Deep. And then just to try to highlight one or two things.
Yeah.
The question that I think most of us need to ask ourselves is, what were you built for?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like I think you said that the plane was not built to be on the ground.
Yeah.
So the sooner you realize what you're built for, then the sooner you know your takeoff is about, you know, to hit you, and you're about to hit the airwaves.
True.
You know?
True.
Dope. So jumping into the verse.
Yes.
I think I have two favorite parts.
Okay.
I think three in the vase. I've dope lines.
Okay.
The first one says, I don't deal with mediocre because I'm out of space.
Yes.
The other one says, they've been trying to study me, but how you study grace.
Yes.
The sky is not my limit, but that's my birthplace.
Yes. I was born there, man.
This serious affirmations.
Amen. Yes.
I feel these are serious affirmations that one ought to live by.
True.
Always feeling you're built for great.
True.
You're built for greatness, and I feel most of us can resonate with that.
Yeah.
But just try highlight one or two lines or three.
All right.
In the verse that you felt, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me the first.
The first one, it says, "See, 24/7, I'm in a different space.
Okay.
I'm allergic, no chikwela, I need my airspace."
All right, cool. So 24/7, I'm in a different space, right?
Yes.
So it's always like 24/7. Like, come rain, come sunshine. I'm always trying to think about what am I going to do next, right? Like for the next single, what are we trying to do for the podcast? What are we trying to do? You know, for all these things, what are we trying to do for my music? What are we trying to achieve? You know, so it's always like thinking about ways to improve even what we have now. You know, like what content am I trying to push towards people who are listening? You know, what are the things that I need to do about my life? So it's like there's no day to rest. You know. It's like constantly just trying to push the envelope even bigger, you know. So I'm allergic to chikwela, I need my airspace, right?
Yes.
Like I just don't want, you know how people just get to be in your space, you know. It's like even just the most useless things, you know, they try to just wiggle it in your space. I'm like, bruh, you know, keep a distance, man. Just keep a distance, you know. Amen. I want you to win, but not in my face. Just win, you know, just come on, you know, you can win from a distance away. Great. You know, so yeah.
The other line, it says, I don't deal with mediocre because I'm out of space.
Yes.
I'm out of this world. Boy, I'm in a different case.
Okay.
I'm a different case.
Yes.
They've been trying to study me, but how you study grace?
All right, let's start with the first one.
I don't deal with mediocre because I'm out of space.
Because I'm out of space, right?
Yes.
So it's like, you know, I was trying to relate. It's more like a double entendre, right? Where you know how your phone, right? When you record too much, and when you're trying to put in some other things, right? It tells you out of storage.
Yes.
You know. So same applies to me. I have a lot of things that I'm trying to think about, that your things that are little, that, like, you know, where people are just trying to bring confusion in your life. It's like, bro, I'm out of space, man. I can't give you any attention, man. You know, big money's on a different thing, you know. So it's like, just please, you know, keep a distance and just try to see how best you can just, you know, do some other stuff from a different space. Then what was the other line?
They've been trying to study me how you study grace.
So they've been trying to study me how you study grace, you know. So a lot of people have really tried to mimic, and they've really tried to be in a space where they are, you know, that like they're trying to compete with you. But it's like, bro, you don't know what man them been through, you know. And it's that type of thing whereby, you know, God has blessed us differently. How God has blessed me, that's not how God has blessed you, you know. But we can all co-sign in the same space.
True.
So it's just like, be yourself and do what you need to do. Because by the end of the day, if you're trying to be like Paul, you'll lose it, you know. The only thing you can look at is probably like inspiration and motivation. There have been people that I've looked at and I've not tried to be like them, but I'm like, I love the fact that they are winning in their space, and I feel like even, okay, cool, if that can happen to them, I feel it can also happen to me, you know. So it's like, you can't study grace, man. It's a whole different thing. That's why they say it's a miracle, because it's just out of this world. Yeah.
I think trying to highlight one or two things on grace. Grace is simply unmerited favor.
Yes.
And everybody's grace is different.
True.
Your grace is not my grace.
True.
So looking at someone else's grace and trying to mimic that means you're missing out on your grace.
True.
You know? So just find your grace and live through that. Right. The other line is, I don't hold so much ground. That would be a disgrace.
So what I'm trying to mean there is that, just like I said, right? It's like every time you hold ground, right? You are trying to disregard what God has implemented in your life, right? True. I always give this example. Everybody has a purpose, right? Your purpose is different from my purpose, right? So if you're not living according to your purpose, it's like you are trying to abolish what God has put upon your life. So it's very important to not live according to the world standard, but live according to God's standard. That's why they say God did, you know. Always aim for the greater things in life. So you're never meant your belt to be in a space whereby you're just following trends or following people.
Definitely.
You know, you are meant to lead and be in a space whereby you're doing greater and mighty things.
I think if you don't live in your purpose, if you live outside of your purpose, you're not doing justice to yourself.
True.
So I feel like the sooner you realize and find your purpose in life, the sooner you start living your life fully.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's dope. True. And the last line says, "The sky is not my limit. That's my birthplace."
Yes.
Boy, how I move.
Boy, I move different.
Yeah.
Yes. Never had to rest. So it's like, you know how people say the sky is the limit?
Yes.
But it's like, nah, for me, that's where I start from, you know? It's like the sky, that's where my mind lives, you know? So it's like I was born there, bro. I was born there, you know? I was born for great and mighty things, you know? So it's always trying to just like speak life into yourself.
Definitely.
People will call it bragging. But let me brag in the Lord, my G.
Amen.
You know, let me brag in the Lord, because by the end of the day, it's like, you know, people always love it when you're always trying to talk down on yourself. They love that, you know. But being in a space where you're speaking positivity, you're speaking healing, you're speaking all these things in your life, because by the end of the day, trust me, you only have you to serve yourself. So it's always just like thinking, that's why my mind was born. The sky is not my limit, man. It's like, for me, that's why I was born. I'm a different breed, you know. You know how people love competition, you know? So for me, it's like, I never had to race, bruv. For me, it's like, that's how life has been, you know? I just like maintain your own lane and live within your own lane. Sometimes it will feel like a long time, but trust me, it will all add up, and you start to realize and say, there's a reason why God did this. Yeah.
Heavy on that. The last part says, who that?
Yes.
Causing all this nervousness.
Yes.
Who that? Flying like a maniac. Who that? Riding like a Cadillac. Who that? Who that?
I love this. I love this one.
Killing competition. It's a big space. Please.
Yeah. So that's more like the pre-chorus, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you know how people are always surprised when they meet me, right? So I'm always in a space whereby sometimes it's like they can't comprehend or just like think through, and it's like that they're trying to really make sense out of everything, right? But it's more like, I'm sorry to bring this, I'm not trying to relate myself to Jesus, but it's like that point when Jesus came, who was that? Was it who denied him? Thomas, right? Peter, right?
Yes.
Until he showed like
that was the doubting Thomas, the one that
right?
didn't believe.
Yes.
That is bad.
So he showed him like the nails. Like,
that was Thomas.
You know, now you believe. You know. Yeah. So it's like I always have to. This is the same line. I just had to twist it a little bit. I think I said this back in the day. You know, like I always have to show them my clothes. You know, for them to believe. Like, okay, it's really him. You know. So being in a space whereby there's some people who always think about you who have always wanted you to fail, you know, and who always wish for you to fail. But it's like when they meet you, it's a whole different case, you know. You can even tell it in their eyes, like there's the envy, the jealousy, and all this kind of stuff, you know. But they can't help it, you know, by the end of the day. So it's like, they always ask themselves, I think he's the one, you know. So always being in a space whereby I am just a living testimony, and I'm always trying to tell my story, and probably I can inspire one or two people. So that's what the pre-chorus is all about. It's like, who's that, you know, causing all this it's like you can even tell the nervousness and all this kind of stuff, you know. So so just like me trying to play around and just add a little bit of spice.
Dope. This was great. Thanks for coming through and joining us today on Behind the Song.
Yep.
Shout out to amazing songwriter you are. I think
Thank you so much,
always intrigued by your improvement every time.
Thank you so
on
much.
Each song, and just want to say, dope song.
Thank you, sir.
I hope it does very well.
Amen.
So as we close out on Behind the Song, any last words? Where can people stream the song, find you, socials and whatnot.
Awesome. So thank you so much for having me once more. And shout outs to everybody who's been showing major love and major, support. This has been really, really nice. And I just love how the journey is just slowly unfolding. We started from 2 streams, from 0 streams, and now we're doing 10K plus. So I really want to be I just want to say thank you so much for the love from everybody around the globe and the world. So the song is out now. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, Boomplay, Audio Mic, Nafimbi, so, and all these other your favorite platforms. So you can also follow me. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this channel, and comment, and share this. So thank you so much. I've been your boy, Payne837, with my interviewee, Director D, in the house. Sayonara.